you ready? Hello Vlogmas. So this is a rare occurrence for Vlogmas. This is Mr. Mack. You may have seen him occasionally, but he's kindly agreed to come onto my podcast, onto my channel, and answer some questions from you, the audience. So I'm going to call you Stu now.
Are you?
Yeah, not Mr. Mack anymore. So this is Stuart.
Hello.
Husband. So the first question is from Instagram, and it's from...
What does Instagram want to know?
Instagram, well, Addie May's mum wants to know, to be precise, what is it like being married to a crafterholic? But she says she's just asking for a friend.
Married to a crafterholic. I think we've got quite a good relationship where you've got your interests and your activities and I've got my stuff going on. So I think it's good to be with somebody that has lots of interests and particularly something that they're passionate about, because it means it when you're talking about it, when we're talking about our day and things that we've gone through, it's stuff that's important to you, and that makes for a much more interesting conversation than just like kind of a recap on, and then we went here and then we did this and then we did that. So it's good because the conversation's much more exciting because you're excited about what you're doing.
But then I'm going to ask you, are you actually interested in what I have to tell you? Because sometimes when you tell me all about your day, it's wonderful because you're happy, but some of it is a little bit weird for me.
Well, yeah. I'm interested because it's important to you. So, and if it's important to you, then it's important to me. It actually doesn't matter whether or not it's important. You know what you're doing. You know the content of it is of importance to me. It's interesting to me because I find anything that people have got a passion about interesting. I talk to, I don't know, somebody could be all about bookbinding, and I'd happily have long conversations with them because it's something I don't know anything about. It's something that I think anybody that's got a skill or a passion for something has to be worth your time to find out a little bit more about, because we're all, deep down, we're all the same. So we're all looking for meaning and interest and something to sort of pin your flag to, something to get attached to, something to make your own, something to build your castle around and say, yeah, this is me, this is where I am, and yeah, so, and that's your thing, so of course it'll be interesting.
So it's bearable then, living with a creator?
No, it's more than bearable because it's not you could be interested in anything, and as long as it was something that you genuinely believed in, and you weren't insisting that others, it could be religion, it could be dance, it could be sport, it could be anything, as long as it's your thing and it's something that brings you pleasure and it's your passion, why would I not want to see you focused and happy and passionate about things? So yeah.
Oh, love it. Right, question 2 from Vivette, or Viv as we know her. Has Mrs. Mack ever tried to teach you to crochet, and have you taught her gaming in return?
No.
There we go, that's the answer to that one.
I think there are, having separate interests, and actually it goes back to what I was saying about not pushing. So we do play games.
We do.
Yeah, and I have held things together while you've stitched and done whatever
you
else
have been my hands while I've wound yarn on numerous occasions.
Yeah. So there are things that we do, but it's as long as the other person is feeling either useful, if it's not their thing, at least they feel like they're helping, or it's something that's mildly entertaining for an evening. Like you played Potion Explosion.
I did.
With all the
quite enjoyed
marbles
that.
and things, and so yeah.
I was crocheting at the time.
Yes.
It was when I was finishing off my cardigan for the Nottingham Yarn Expo. Right, let's have a look. So we've got some questions as well on my Facebook page, and there's also some on my Facebook group. So let me just find those for you. Okay, you ready? So Miriam asks, what item of clothing would you love Mrs. Mack to make you in 2018? It could be crocheted, knitted or sewn. I should point out I refuse to make him socks because his feet are too big.
No, they're the right size.
They're too big, it'll take forever.
No, everybody else's feet are too small. What item of what would I like? Something so knitted.
Something really small.
Something very small. I would like I don't know. I mean, you're not going to make me a suit.
No.
You're going to make me a shirt.
No.
Jeans? You gonna make me a pair of jeans?
No. You're screwed, basically.
I don't. A jumper?
I could knit you a jumper.
But not a knitted one though.
What would I make you a jumper with then?
Like a V-neck or something.
I could do a hoodie or something.
A hoodie. Yeah.
A sweatshirt.
A sweatshirt. Yeah, sweatshirt. That's not bad. Not
I
bad
could do
shirt.
a sweatshirt.
Yeah, dark blue sweatshirt, V-neck.
V-neck sweatshirt.
Yeah, like a jumper, like a pullover.
Oh, what, like you wear jumpers, but...
Yes.
Right, okay.
No patterns. No...
I'd have to use a pattern.
No, I mean a pattern on
Oh, no, right, plain fabric.
Yes.
But a knit rather than a sweatshirt fabric. So basically like the ones you buy from Marks and Sparks and wear every day.
Yes, yeah, just like that.
Just like that.
In fact, if it could be to the point that I can't tell the difference, perfect.
I've got an idea.
Cutting the label out of the Marks and Spencers.
That's how I passed my GCSE textiles. I did. Well, actually, I failed my GCSE textiles. I got an E.
So not only did you cheat, but you also got an E.
Uh-huh.
So you cheated, and you were so bad that in cheating you got an E.
And now what do I do for a living? I teach people to sew.
Well, they do say those that can't teach.
They do. I just couldn't be bothered. The coursework was so boring. I had to make a cushion, so I took a cushion out of my mum's loft, cut the label out and handed it in as my coursework. It's not that I couldn't sew it, I just couldn't be bothered.
Unbelievable.
Right, anyway, let's ask the next question. I've got a really good one from Debbie, but I can't find it. Oh, this is a good one. Right, you got 3 more that we're going to do. So this one's from Helen. Have you ever told Mrs. Mack that you don't like an item of clothing that she spent hours making and that she absolutely loves?
No.
I think you have.
No.
Okay, let's rephrase that then. Are there any items of clothing that I've made in the past that I love that you really don't like?
Yes.
Which ones?
Doesn't matter.
No, tell me.
Nope.
No, please.
Nope.
I want to know.
It's the one that you like the least. You know that one that you made that you weren't quite so sure and you weren't that keen on it in the end? That one.
One that I've paled into insignificance because I can't
clearly.
remember it.
There you go. That's the one.
Okay. Actually, no, you've got 3 more questions because Elspeth's done a good one as well.
Never-ending list of questions.
No, it's not never-ending. There's about 3 or 4. I can't remember where they all are. I've got to find them. Jerry says, in one word, describe my achievements this year.
In one word.
In one word.
Due.
Oh, good. Deserved.
They didn't say that.
This kind of means the same thing though, doesn't it?
Can mean the same. No, due. Like you get on grass. No, due, as in due.
Excellent, thank you. Right, I'm going to rattle off because there's quite a few.
Just 3 questions left.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about all these ones and they're good. Right, so Elspeth says, if you had to take a craft class at BTHQ in 2018, what would you choose to learn?
Something like, do you do glass blowing? Okay.
Actually, the question doesn't actually say at BTHQ. It says if you had to take a craft class in 2018, what would you choose to learn? You could go to Barleylands and do glass blowing. They do it there.
No, I don't fancy glass blowing. I just want.
Okay.
Do you do like? What about something like?
I am recording.
What about something like? Do you do candle making?
No.
Jam making?
No, my mum could teach that though. But in fairness, you do need stoves and stuff. We don't have that.
So I don't crocheting, knitting, sewing. It's not really my thing. It doesn't. So it'd be something where you are making. I like making something. Make something with my hands. I like the idea of that.
Wood carving or something.
Scrimshaw. Do you do like a scrimshaw class?
What's scrimshaw?
It's like when you're doing the fine engraving on, like especially like on ossuary or something. So you're doing like
What?
ossuary, a thing to collect bones in. No. Okay. Yeah. So
I don't think Mr. Mack's going to be a regular at BTHQ.
put in a scrimshaw class or whittling. I do a whittling class.
But you need to kind of sit on a porch in a rocking chair to do that.
Okay. Or glass blowing, candle making, jam making.
Any of those?
Any of those classes. As soon as you put those classes on, I'll jump on board one. But actually, the other class I would get involved in would be, I'd like to see the class that you are the most proud of and be part of that, because that would be quite interesting, I think, just to see what your...
Or just to watch from the sideline rather than to actually do it?
No, I'd do it.
Probably my 4-week beginner sewing course. In fairness. Or what is 1 day intensive?
It would be the
well.
class that you were the proudest of that was short.
It's 1 day. 1 day intensive is the same as 4-week beginners.
Shorter than a day?
Not that I'm the most proud of. Never mind, my love. You don't do what I do what you do, which is actually leads us on nicely to a question from Madison, who knows you are into games. She's asked you quite a few questions, so I'll kind of bundle it into one. She said, at the moment, and this kind of leads in with Saz's as well. So Madison said, what's your favourite type of game and puzzle? And Saz said, best new board game discovery of 2017.
Wow, okay.
So Mr. Matt works in the gaming industry, not gaming as in computer games, gaming as in proper games.
So, best game discovery of board game discovery of 2017. I enjoyed a couple of things, really, I suppose. I quite enjoyed Potion Explosion that we talked about the other day, which uses, for those that like Candy Crush and those kind of games, it basically uses marbles in a rack, and you collect, you pick out the marbles that you want, which then causes the other marbles to slide down. And
it's fairly simple that you can play while you have a drink. The
marbles collide with each other, then you get to collect them out as well if they're of the same colour, and you're collecting different ingredients to make potions. So it's a kind of a Hogwartsy type thing as well. So yeah, I quite enjoy that. I like games.
I think that's good for any age as well, isn't it?
I like games that have an unusual game mechanic that I haven't seen before, or else have a really great theme that, because sometimes you'll get say like Star Wars. Star Wars comes out and all of the game manufacturers grab any old game and they paste Star Wars over
Star
it
Wars
kind of
Monopoly,
thing.
Star Wars Triv.
Which, even though some games, being Star Wars is ridiculous, because it's like Star Wars Uno. What's that? How is that? Other than having the pictures on it. So I like games where the theme dictates how the game plays, rather than you've got a game and you just stick you skin it with whatever visuals.
It's been made from scratch as well, I think, which is good as well. So it's been created, hasn't it? Which is good. Okay. Debbie says, what is Claire McInnes really like to live with, and what is she like when she's drunk?
What is Claire McInnes like to live with? It depends. She, like most people, we change, because we change all through our lives. So at different points of the day and at different points of the week, different points of the month, you're different. You are a different person. So how you are here is very nice, but then
I'm verging on hangry.
But then you've been looking forward to doing this. We're about to have a nice period of time off, so obviously you're different at the moment. First thing in the morning on a Tuesday when the kids aren't getting dressed and there's a million and one problems going on. Yeah, so it's like everybody, we're all different. I mean, I'm different at different stages of the day. In terms of how you are overall, though, which I guess is really what the question was, yeah, it's lovely. I mean, you're the other half of me, so I can't imagine not being with you kind of on a day-to-day basis. So
we're both pretty optimistic people as well, aren't we? So I think that helps. Yes,
it means that we're constantly disappointed by other people, but yeah, optimistic for sure.
And what am I like when I'm drunk?
You like when you're drunk? It depends. You're rarely...
I'm rarely drunk.
You are rarely drunk. You
get squiffy.
You're frequently under the influence, but you're rarely like heavily...
I haven't had a drink for 2 days.
Of what?
Alcohol.
Really?
Yeah.
What, at all?
Wednesday night I had wine. It's now Friday night. I know, 48 hours.
No, you've done an entire 24 hours.
No, 48 hours.
Or
maybe 40 hours.
You didn't drink yesterday is basically what you're saying.
Yeah. I stopped drinking at like 10 o'clock on Wednesday night.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
You actually...
And now it's Friday. 46 hours without alcohol. I'm going to have a G&T in a minute.
Yeah, but 16 of those hours you were asleep.
Doesn't matter, it's still 46 hours without alcohol.
So...
But no, I'm rarely drunk. Only once or twice have I ever been drunk, haven't I?
And
neither of those times.
And of those 46 hours, so you were asleep for 16 of them, so now we're down to 30. I would say, of the rest of the hours, how many of them, you don't drink before, what, 6 o'clock in the evening?
The only time I drink that early is probably on a Saturday.
So 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the evening?
Yeah.
So between the hours of 8 o'clock and bedtime, you haven't drunk on one day?
Yeah.
It's 4 hours?
Yeah.
3 hours. You've gone 3 hours without a drink, basically. Well done. 3 hours without drinking alcohol. Superb.
Right, anyway, next question I'm going to ask is one of Elspeth's because it's funny. In fact, this is going to be the last question. Okay, you're listening carefully. Do you have a drop feed control? If not, why not? And what is it anyway?
A drop feed control. I don't have a drop feed control. I would imagine a drop feed control. So it would be, it's mechanical. So I would imagine it's probably part of a sewing machine. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it where because the spool bobbin? Spool
on the top, bobbins on the bottom.
Well, if it's a drop though, it will be coming from the top down. So, yeah, no, I don't have one. I'm assuming it's part of a sewing machine, and does it hold the thread, or does it ensure that the thread doesn't go into the wrong place? Go on.
No.
Or no, not to the needle or the foot. It would be the...
sort of near the foot.
Oh, is it near the foot? Okay, go on.
You know the little jiggity-jaggedy teeth that go round and round and round and drag the fabric through the machine?
Yes.
They're called the feed dogs. So if you drop your feed, they drop down into the bottom of the sewing machine, which means the fabric doesn't feed through. Which means you control your fabric, and that's how you do free machine embroidery and you do your drawing.
Makes sense.
There you go.
Excellent.
Well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
I'm sure the viewers enjoyed getting to know Mr. Mack.
Is that what this was, getting to know me? I thought it was just me answering some questions.
Oh yeah, and getting to know a little bit about you.
What's my favourite colour?
Purple.
How old am I?
39.
What star sign am I?
Taurus.
How many pets have I had in my life?
1 fish.
Well, I'm assuming I didn't have the cats in that we both owned.
You would disown the cats. They were mine.
Yes.
You didn't want anything to do with them.
That's true. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that one. Okay, yeah. What was my favourite subject at school?
I'm going to take a stab at that one. History. Or geography.
Oh, no.
History.
No.
Sociology?
No.
I don't know.
English.
Oh, that's boring.
It's something I had a passion about.
You did.
I still do.
You've written a book.
I do write. There you go. Now you know a little bit more about me.
Excellent.
What size feet have I got?
Oh. 11. 12.
There you
Big
go.
feet. See, big feet. Big feet that are too big for hand knitted socks. Thanks for watching.